Last time Lamar Jackson faced the Browns, he threw for just 165 yards and 4 interceptions, but he did rush for 68 yards on the ground in that game. His rushing total prop for this one, gentlemen, set at 62.5. How much do you like that number, Steve?
I mean, he's always in that realm, right? Like,
yeah.
You don't want to take the under when it comes to Lamar Jackson rushing. Like, he's averaging about 12 rushing attempts per game. Like, this, running backs who don't even get that much. I mean, Jackson's just consistently in that realm there, but we talk about a game that the Ravens have to win. Like, this is one of those games. And, Lamar Jackson, he's still completing over 60% of his pass attempts over his last 4 games. So it's not like he hasn't been overly efficient, but he needs to run the ball more. That's where this offense that's been struggling is getting their best production. I mean, he did, 8 attempts last week for 55 yards. He was almost averaging 7 yards per carry against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. Like, they have to design more of these runs for Lamar Jackson because that's where they're finding success. I think that's going to be one of their best options, to keep the Browns off the field because their running game is so strong. So I think that's where we have to go there. So I'm taking the over on this one.
Okay, Geoff, you want the over as well?
I mean, much like Tom Brady's prop, I think how you approach this Lamar Jackson prop depends on how you think the game is going to go. I personally really like Cleveland here. One of my hot takes, I think Cleveland's going to blow out Baltimore. I think Baltimore is so overdue for a blowout game here, and I think Cleveland is better than they've shown. And if that happens, Cleveland's going to have the ball for the whole game because there's rumblings. They're going to try and use Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt on the field. They're going to run the ball like 30 times. Lamar Jackson may just not have the ball enough to go over this. Cleveland's also very good at limiting quarterbacks' rushing yards. They've done it all year. So I'm going to take the under on Lamar Jackson, but mainly because I like the Browns to win big in this game. If you're of the other opinion, I would probably take the over on it.
Pearce, over or under this number?
I actually think the Browns will win and Lamar Jackson will go over this number.
Great,
this
Pearce,
offensive line for Baltimore is terrible. They lost players in the free agency. They've had injuries coming into this season. And you can see, look at the numbers. Lamar Jackson's been hit more this season than ever in a full season. He's been hurried more this season than ever in an entire 16-game season. He's been pressured more than in a 16-game season. And he's also scrambled 49 times. Before this season, the most he had ever scrambled before was 49 times, and he's going to deal with a lot of pressure against Cleveland. He's going to scramble. I think he's gun shy, so he's definitely going to look to run even when he has protection. And in those cases, you're going to see him go over the 60-yard mark pretty easily.